This is August 27th. Thought I'd do a quick walk through the garden. Flowers have been blooming. Have not got any farther on the bricks going in. I'm going to bring those out a little farther, using up some more of the bricks I have. Tomato plants up front are needing picked. Thinking about trying to do some canning here soon. Yellow cherry tomatoes. Got a couple of set. They're not producing tremendously well. Keep forgetting tomatillos. I have to do something with those soon. Cherry tomatoes been producing pretty good. Still pretty short for being cherry tomatoes. New one down here, not doing too bad. Gonna take a quick trip over this way. Been trying to remove a few of the weeds over on this side. Just failing miserably, it seems like. This, I can't remember the name, but is a new tomato plant, or supposed to be, to try. You can make out the thorns on the plant itself. So it is blooming. So hopefully there will be more than enough time to get some seeds as well as try this new tomato. Hopefully I'll get the tags made soon for it and be able to get the name. Got a bitter melon here that seems to be rotting on the bottom a little bit. It's taken off and doing quite well. There's another small one growing there, as well as a good one growing there. A few small melons. We'll see how they do. They're not going to get any bigger than that ever. We're supposed to. Red raspberries. Been producing the last couple weeks. I keep forgetting to come and pick them or eat them. Loofahs are setting on. Another one hanging down here. As well as some more young ones up there. I need to flip down so they can grow straight. Green beans are setting blooms for another large picking. This picking coming up will probably be the largest. Just picked them today. The rows are not even keeping separate anymore. Back towards the main gate. Haven't been able to keep up with tying up my zucchini this year. That one's still alive, but it has broken. So in the future, that'll be a thing to try to keep, is the zucchini growing straight up. This one I succeeded until lately, and it's heading back down. I believe I'll just let them go for this year and go ahead and continue down. Looks like one hiding down here I couldn't find. Have to get that picked after a bit. Jalapenos and chili peppers. Not doing the greatest this year. I'm not sure what the thing is, but lots of things, including peppers, aren't doing too good this year. This is the cucumbers. Been picking a few still off of this. The second plant second bed is cantaloupe, I do believe. Mushmelon. I keep getting the two confused. There's another new one setting on, as well as over there. I've picked 4 or 5 from here already. A few weeds going to have to be removed. That's the turmeric growing there. And in between, well, there's a watermelon heading this way, but in between, that's more mushmelon growing through here. So this will be a fall picking as well if these don't come back out of it. I'm hoping they will continue growing. I see another small one just sitting on, so that's what they look like after the blooms are pollinated. Watermelons over there. Morning glories. I need to try to find a way to get them taken care of out of the gooseberry bush. I think it is just getting ready to try to start re-leafing. I'm hoping something, yeah, there it is. There's some green leaves. Makes you wonder sometimes if things don't up and die, but they're doing pretty good. A couple ears of corn I've missed. I'll have to get those picked this evening. And, well, there's several over here. I've forgotten all of these, it looks like. And a couple, 1 or 2 little ones in here. Then this here is mostly picked, and I say that. And, of course, I've missed some more over here. But they're too ripe. Ones left will be seed, and I'll be shortly removing all the other corn stalks, just leaving the corn stalks for the seed. I haven't been selling the yard long beans. These were volunteer. Need to do something with them. The basil needs to be cut out. There is peppers growing in here, or more or less just not cut out but harvested. More peppers, sweet peppers. Sweet peppers, a few growing on this side. That looks like another long pepper. And then some more down here. And some of them just little tiny short plants. Not sure what the deal was with the plants this year, but they're just not getting, any size to them. Oh, pineapple. It's not doing too bad. It's much bigger than last year's, and I've learnt now what I should have already known, how to fertilize them and get them to grow better. This is the okra patch, close to head height right now. Some of it's head height, some of it's a little under. Sunflower went to seed. Break a few of the blooms off here. There's the seeds underneath the blooms. A little hard to tell. Wow, a nice ear of corn there on my tall corn. Another one trying to sit over there, hoping to get a little bit of seed off of it this year. The tall one is got a growth on top, but just below it to the left is an ear. So hopefully it will be able to do something. This corn stalk's pretty much lost on hope of growing anything. But there is some more hope for this one here. It has an ear sticking out sideways and another ear sticking up. So hopefully there'll be at least 1 or 2 ears for corn. Some eggplant growing here. I've been trying to get time to harvest and cook them. Rutgers tomatoes are finally ripening up. I've made one picking. They finally started growing. They're up to the top wire. Some of them are. Get that guy back in. Some cannas growing there. This is one of my large marigolds. In the past, this one was one of them from the mother plant that got close to, well, it was over 6 foot. Cherry tomato, little large cherry tomato. I bent it over the fence, through it today. It was back on the ground. Some winter squash growing here. Another tomato that come up volunteer. A path of flowers here. Seems like the most beautiful ones grew where it's right in the way. Squeeze through. What's left of a few potato plants. They didn't do too well this year. Carrots, I keep forgetting to tell the grandkids they can eat some. A yard-long bean has found its way all the way down here, which isn't too surprising. I've got one all the way back to the back garden. This is my hybrid squash. This plant on this side has been producing very well. Makes an excellent cooking squash. Some more eggplant over there. Need to clean that out a little bit of the flowers and see what's doing. Got a sunflower leaning over, needs tied up. The other sunflowers needs the heads cut off and removed. Here's another one hanging up there. Another decent sized pineapple. A weed, of course, growing in it. As I was saying earlier and got sidetracked, the pineapple, the roots rot very easy. They don't need much water. The roots are to hold them in place, not for soaking up nutrients. Well, you don't stop and think, and I was fertilizing the pot, and instead, after dark, you spray the leaves, and it collects in there, and that's how it collects nutrients from the environment, is through the leaves, which is something I'll have to start doing, fertilizing every 2 to 3 weeks, and find out if I can grow some much larger pineapples. This is the cucumbers. Got all them picked today. Picked about, I believe, 12 pounds. And if you think you can always find all the cucumbers, this one hanging here in midair has been missed for several days. So, yes, when you get picking, you miss a lot. Throw that one down with the other ones of the past. Imagine that, a few green beans. Grapes have set and ripened quite well. I was hoping to get these picked. I still haven't got them. They are some very nice clumps in there. We've been eating a lot of them. That one's got a hole. I'll get rid of him real quick. But they are even down on the ground due to this one getting away from me. So it's going to have a major pruning job come winter. One of my largest sunflowers, apparently. Nice sized head. Oh, more tomatoes. That's the yellow pears. They grow very prolific all over. And some orange or yellow, bright yellow tomatoes there. This is a new breed I'm trying out. I'll get them labeled soon. This one here, I'm not sure what kind it was. It was some seed I planted in an extra spot and didn't get labeled, but it's growing tall. Both plants over here are. And producing quite well, just smaller tomatoes. This side will be the beefsteak here. Nice, round, fairly all the same size. This is a new tomato here. I'm hoping it does quite well. I really like the leaves and everything. They are quite young and still growing very quickly up to the tallest wire. They're at the second and above now. One got eaten, didn't make it. I believe a mole got it underneath. This looks like the same kind. Very, very beautiful long leaves, I believe. And down here, there's a volunteer growing there, paste tomato. These here, this one plant has produced a great deal of tomatoes. Of course, it's not even staying in no more. Kind of lean it over some. I got the tag on this side. Mortgage lifter. This side took a little longer to start producing well due to I allowed my carrots to go to seed, and a green bean accidentally took off in there, and I didn't have time to remove it and everything. But be real interested in seeing these new plants and how they produce. That there seems to be the only tall, skinny one out of the bunch. Well, take that back. That one started tall and skinny due to all the other plants and is bushing out. Sunflower going to be cut out here soon. It's in the way. Volunteer tobacco plant growing. We'll go to the back garden and then work our way back up. Some more boards I've traded for a project. Purple tomatillos. There's one hanging there now. Another one back there. They're quite tall back here underneath this tree. Some herbs growing in pots. The white or somewhat hint of yellow now when they're overripe tomatoes. These are low acid. Weeds will have to be removed soon. Some melons are left kind of vining around. Not sure what kind. Something new, I believe. Potatoes are finally at the point they need to be dug. Those as well. One plant still green. Some young potatoes planted with my young pineapple, which is growing very vigorously and should produce nice pineapple next year. Another volunteer tobacco plant. This is the yard long bean I said came up volunteer clear back here in the back. Another tomato, yellow one, cherry tomato. Hoping to see how it does. Ginger is growing pretty nicely under this apple tree. Peas coming up. I've had to put cages around them to keep the animals from eating them. New racking system for holding my trays come spring when I'm growing plants. This will hopefully come in handy, holding 4 per shelf. Put some more in later. Gotten this weeded once. Still forgot to mulch it. Haven't had time. I'll have to weed it a little again, get it mulched soon. This one's doing pretty good, other than the animals eating all the young sprouts coming up. These tomatoes aren't doing too bad back here. Not the greatest fan. The insects sting them and they rot pretty easy. Not a huge favorite. This is supposed to be the Whopper. I did have one large one off of it. The herbs seem to have kind of taken over these tomatoes. I will probably try these again next year in a different location to see how they do. These were the big beef. They've cracked some on top due to the weather and everything. Got one plant still growing not too bad. This is the green tomatillos. Gotta get my weeds cleaned up out there so they can be mowed. These are the Beefmaster. I would definitely give these a thumbs up. One's cracked and starting to rot there, but they have produced very well. Got some nice size. I haven't tried taste-wise yet of how they are. That will be interesting to try. There's another rotten one. But it looks like they try to grow 3 tomatoes per stem for the most part, and grow pretty large. The plant's not huge tall yet, still growing. So I will definitely plant several of these next year and see how they do again next year. I'll slip this way. This is some asparagus seed. I finally got a winter squash growing over here. I believe this is acorn. Tore out one of the raspberries. The other one still needs torn out. Green onions. I didn't get them mulched, but I did get them planted here. A volunteer tomato here. Some more in there. I feel sprinkles, so we'll see how long I can do this. Grapes, a few still on the plants. They've turned yellow. Some of them still a little green. They're definitely ripe to eat. My new strawberries are multiplying out. I really hope these are everbears. It would be nice if they'd start blooming about now and see what they could do. More grapes on this same vine all the way down. This is my muscadine grape here in the corner. I haven't seen anything producing on it this year that I can notice. I've got to get a cable or aluminum brace between these 3 posts so it can vine down this side. Wild strawberries and asparagus as well. More wild strawberries. This is I believe, well, this one's come undone. I'll have to take him in. I believe these are the true cantaloupe in the mushmelon family. We ate one of these the other night and they had a wonderful flavor. So I'll definitely be trying to grow more of these next year. And I've already saved seed. It's in the house drying. I'm going to have to reweed this area again. Got some little flowers that grow out here among the strawberries. This line gets buried under the path. And we'll come over here to irrigate more of this. Of course, strawberries are crawling out everywhere. These are the old-fashioned strawberries. Got volunteer stuff over here. I think there's some potatoes in here somewhere. If I haven't dug them yet, needs dug. Nice large plant hanging here. I'm holding it up taller than I am. Some purple peppers. Of course, they turn red when they ripen. There's a more reddish one. Some green onions growing there. There's yellow peppers growing. This one's got sunburn. Here is red ones. They're finally starting to change colors. I'm definitely going to have to go up to a second level of wire when dealing with bell peppers at this end of the garden. This is easily heading up towards a third one, it looks like. These are the white peppers. Yellowish hint when they get extra ripe. There's a nice white one. Sweet corn over here. I've been picking a little bit of it. I've started cutting the stalks down and laying them in the paths to keep the weeds down. More eggplant. I think I've harvested all these except for one. I'm leaving for seed down there. I have to take out a few more weeds through here. And I've been weeding all the way down there. A couple buckets of weeds with seed in it. Right there to remove from the garden. Volunteer pepper there, and another one over there. This one looks to be a banana pepper. That one over there looks to be hopefully a good bell pepper. Potatoes still growing. I don't think I've harvested anything from here yet. An onion right there beside the sunflower. It's literally stuck in the roots and can't come out. We'll head on back around. Another cucumber I missed. Seems like the ones in plain sight close to your face you miss. We'll head down the tomato patch here. Look at all those tomatoes. Tasty. Flowers growing everywhere. Here's a couple tomatoes that need to be picked. That one might be already too far gone. Move the flowers out of the way. I've been chopping several out of here. Many of these tomato plants might be lost in here. Just got too much blight on them and I can't get them recovered. That one is lost. A green bean growed over here. Not sure if I'm going to tear it out or leave it. Tomatoes underneath producing. They don't seem to be growing anymore, so may leave the green bean and harvest the remainder of the tomatoes and call that section a loss. Cucamelons. They have literally taken over this trellis system. And more green beans I missed. Tomatoes are still growing, ripening in there. The plants are well above the trellis. This side as well above the trellis. A nice tall marigold. It is heading up to the 5-foot mark, almost there. A few more nice tomatoes here. I've gotten very few of these in the house. They tend to rot real quickly on the vine. So this is the porterhouse, and a few potatoes I dug and forgot. something I planted here to take over when these die off. Hopefully they won't get the blight. But the porterhouse is not a tomato. I may plant it one more time next year, and that will probably be it. A nice flower. This is a beautiful color. Haven't had one this large yet. It's a mixture between the large one and a paint, I believe. Here is one of the paint ones. Another. Another pineapple. This one will be producing next year. Got a peanut growing in with them. The mice got a hold of some peanuts while they were drying in the shell and was kind enough to bury them in every pot in my shed, it seemed. So that is most of the garden. A few green onions and a few weeds got to come out of that one. And here's where I've been weeding and putting some corn stalks down. This has been weeded once and I didn't have mulch to put down. So now I'm going to have to weed it a second time and mulch it. There should hopefully still be 3 blueberry bushes alive in there. I hope very much. There's one of the bushes there. So we'll see how far I can get through there. Over here, I'm not going to go out, is the corn patch at the distance. Quite big. It will be harvested this weekend. Started harvesting this weekend, that is. As well as a few eggplants soon. That is a quick walk through the garden. Well, I guess I should show you these flowers real quick. Some very beautiful ones came up here.